Shine. Grab your coffee cup, come spend some time. I know it's early, the start of a new day. No need to worry, it's Lolcow Cafe. Rise and shine, baby, wake and bake. Clear out your mind, maybe, just take a break. Lolcow Cafe. Chill out with us today.
Oh shit, TTS Nightly Truth with the $4.99. Good morning, Ken and Beans. Good morning, Nightly Truth. Thank you. So you're watching the coolest, the calmest, and the latest show in the entire LCU. You're watching Lolcow Cafe. So guys, I had a Boomer Report moment, which we got to give the Boomer Report all its credit that it deserves. I thought I had green screen set up. It was looking beautiful. It was showing up in Discord with the virtual cameras and all that BS. But the problem, chat, the problem was whenever I went from the opening scene to the live stream scene, you still couldn't see Beans at all. Like, it was all there, but for some odd reason, Discord would not show in my OBS window. So because of that, fuck my life. We're back at it with the OG that is the all trusty. Now I had to delete literally everything I did in Discord to try to hurry up and make sure it still looked good for the show. But you know what, guys? We're here. We're going to make it. We're going to bring in my lovely and beautiful co-host, Miss Beans. Miss Beans, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. Of course, now is the time that my niece wants to come in. Hola.
Hi, niece.
Bye. Okay, goodbye. Have a good day. Excuse me.
No, you're good.
So I guess today is a very, very special day because apparently the Nintendo Direct just ended exactly when we started. So if you tuned in to the Nintendo Direct, please tell me what was the best part of it.
So I'll tell you right now, my wife said, June 5th, you better be getting me that Switch too. I said, yes, ma'am. I will be doing that. Oh gosh,
it's on June
5th.
It's so close already.
Oh yeah. So we have that look forward to. But I'll be honest, chat. I didn't watch any LCU yesterday. I think I tuned into Nerds a little bit. I did a $20 donation because obviously, Zay Zuda was misrepresenting words that I said, so I had to correct that. And yes, I did a $20 donation.
Surprise.
I did a $20 dono. The only reason why I did is because now Buff Weave gets a part of it, so I don't mind doing that. Curious Cat from the UK with the 5 British pounds. Good afternoon from the UK, the chillest. Showing the LCU, you damn right. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. So, apparently, Dr. D tried to do some therapy.
Really?
To the Queens. Yeah. Dr. D said she's more than happy to come on Lolcow Cafe and talk about it. So we have that to look forward to. Hopefully Dr. D can give us a little bit of her time. That'd be beautiful. So whenever Lolcow Live wasn't going on, that kind of killed my spirit. I was like, I don't even want to watch any of these other shows. Like, I tried to check out Rewind, but I was tired. because I had a feast for dinner last night. My wife made me a Portillo's chocolate cake. That was the same. That was the same chocolate cake I wanted to make at Fat Camp, but I was like, I think he would literally kill me if I did that. So Duck Savannah with the Canadian too. Thank you, Sarah. With coffee time. Damn right, it's coffee time. But Lunar Eclipse was saying Zay Zooted and Twiggy were a W. Evidently, Zay was on Aussie last night.
Let me process my emotions and turn on the light because I need a little light for this darkness coming up.
Yeah, so evidently.
She was on Aussie last night. I tuned in for a little bit because I needed something in the background in order to lull me to sleep. I'm used to the whole Rastov Twiggy combination, but recently there's been some turmoil in the LCU, as it says in our title. Will peace ever come back to the LCU? So apparently she was on Aussie last night, and at first it started off pretty good. You can tell that they were vibing a little bit harder than usual because of some activities that they were doing together, probably.
The devil's lettuce.
The devil's lettuce. But
apparently,
shit.
Hold on.
Hemi's Axe super chatted $23.99. Appreciate you, Ken. You the goat.
Hemi Zach, thank you so much for the 23. Did you hear that, Miss Beans? Did it come through for you?
I did not hear that. I guess now that we have TTS, even though it's going to be a privilege and a blessing, we're going to have to do some hand signs like Miss Zay Zooted does.
Know what I'm going to do? I'm going to grab my coffee cup and just say. That's when you know, because I'm about to take a sip. You know what I mean? It'd be beautiful.
Beautiful. Very clippable moments right there. So apparently, tuned in, they were having a conversation, was pretty good in the beginning, and then it just turned into a clusterfuck of, I don't know. I don't want to call it dogpiling, but that's kind of like the vibe that was going on because everybody's kind of against Zay. But at the same time, they were trying to have a conversation, and it seems like she was like kind of blocking herself. You know what would be a great person to have to really have this conversation with? Dr. D, because she can kind of look into the way that Zay is like, portraying her emotions and I don't talk about it a little bit more because I'm not qualified to do that. Hey. I'm not an armchair psychologist or something.
So real quick,
but
we got Coachy saying sound's echoing, and then we have Crystal saying sound is good. For the TTS.
So which one is it?
I have no idea. Octoling gifted one Lolcow Cafe. Thank you, Octoling. I greatly appreciate it. So Johnny B. Bad said it. Zay is powering up. Here's the thing, and I'm going to be very impartial. Oh, shit.
Shy super chatted $31.30.
Thank you, Shy. You're an amazing human being. Amazing human being. Let me know if it's echoing, because if it is, then, we get my Boomer report real quick. There's your Boomer report, guys, that I owe you. Remember, it always lives. It always lives. So, Zay does have some entertainment value. She does. That cannot be, because the thing is, even if it is hate watching and mad watching, people care enough to hate watch. And that's the thing with Becky. It is slightly echoey. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it is echoey. I need to figure that out. I think there is a little bit of value there for her. Now, it's not like, oh my God, what am I watching? You know what I mean? Nothing like that. But I think there's a little bit of a try hard in her, and she's trying a little too hard. Kind of like I said with Twiggy. So it is echoing. All right, I'll get it figured out. So I think those two together would be a very interesting dynamic, especially with Twiggy trying to do this character. But I also, I don't know how Zay would really play into that in any kind of real way, if that makes sense.
So that does make sense. So yesterday, the way that they were explaining it is that like the villains are teaming up together because some people see Twiggy as a villain, some people are seeing Zay as a villain with the way that things have divulged. But it was a very interesting episode to say the least. Tina was there, Twiggy was there, Zay was there. It was the weirdest crossover I ever experienced in the Aussie universe. But yeah, it was very interesting. I think nobody truly likes the idea of people talking about Zay's past so much. I was in main chat talking about how like nobody feels good whenever Zay is crying. I'm sure there's some really sick people out there that want to see her cry. But like it doesn't feel good to have somebody crying. We all know that like bringing up her past isn't like cool.
I'm not doing
I was in
that.
main chat yesterday. Yeah, I was in main chat yesterday and I'm like, hey, even I, took the low-hanging fruit and like talked about her past at one point, but I did apologize afterwards and like I felt bad, right? But like at the same time I said she made enemies and this is something that is not going to just go away. And people are going to talk about it. So it would be nice if people talked about it less, but it's never going to just disappear, right? So it's either she needs to, be okay with a little bit of it going on, because there's always going to be trolls, especially in the Lolcow universe, or she can't be a host anymore. And like even if I have some trouble with Zay Suited, I still feel like she belongs. She has been trying really hard, and we need some sort of heel that's other than Becky. I feel like it would be nice to have, I don't know, some more drama every once in a while.
Facts. So here's the thing I'll say. People in chat were saying she did a lot better on Aussie than on Nerds. Cool. I didn't watch it, like I said, so I don't have an opinion just yet. But if Twiggy likes Zay, why not put Batgirl on Nerds and move Zay to Aussie?
That's an idea. I didn't even think about that.
I definitely think Batgirl has, showed that she's willing to do stuff. Even before she came on here, she did great on Nerds, talking about that, nerdy stuff. And she destroyed an 80-hour build of a Lego, right? So why not? She's getting her set up here soon, so she'll be able to do stuff and more things. Why not? Because this is not to talk about like anything with Zay, but I could see her aura and what she does on camera more towards a late night audience than like an afternoon audience.
That makes sense.
Because if she does what Zay is, right, just what Zay is, people would want to see that kind of like after like a rewind, you know what I mean? Like, as you get into that late night feel of content, you know what I mean? And I think Twiggy matched that perfectly with the character he's trying to portray, or whatever you want to call it. So I think they would mesh very well for that late night audience.
Very true. So she is really good with the late night audience. I agree. The thing that I watched Nerds yesterday, because as soon as Buff Weeb was on Nerds, I was like, okay, this is something I can watch now. Like, I'll go out of my way to watch this instead of like, oh, if I have time. So I was watching yesterday, and not gonna lie, it was kind of funny in the beginning, the whole like clash happening, like, oh, she didn't want to talk to him, like everything that Buff Weeb would say, she kind of like just batted away. It was funny in the beginning, but then like as soon as it started getting into like maybe half of the episode, I was like, okay, are we going to talk about like nerd stuff now? Like, this is kind of getting tiresome.
Yeah.
Like the moments where she would like break sort of this wall that she put up for Buff Weeb, that was kind of the best moment because they were actually having a conversation. She would smile, she would have fun. But the fact that she was like putting this wall up like so quickly and so strongly, like it just made it very difficult to enjoy the episode. So hopefully today they can have more on-screen chemistry and she can put down her guard just a little bit so they can have a pretty good episode, because I feel like it has a lot of potential.
100%. And like I said, Zay does her best to do what she can, and she's growing on people. She does a great job portraying herself on camera. And obviously Buff Weeb's coming in as the new guy, strong personality. So they're, if they use like their, I guess, dislike for each other, like clashing, but still do like nerd content, but get into arguments and like yell at each other, I think it'd be great. It'd be great content. People would enjoy that. But they're saying Dr. D's and members waiting, so I figured we could do the Daily Espresso first, and then we can bring her in. How do you feel about that?
I gotcha.
Beautiful.
So let's get into the Daily Espresso.
Let's do it. So, as always, we're going to start off with the beautiful, oh, they got snow again. Wow. That's interesting. So, but obviously they're a lot bigger than what they were, and they can handle it now. So let's get into this thing. So as you see, they're chilling, growing like weeds, as they say in the South. I think they're officially named, if I'm not mistaken.
They are officially named. I actually put that in the cafe chat.
Yes.
Just a little bit earlier today. So if you don't know these little chickadees that are growing up very quickly and very beautifully, can't speak today. Their names are actually Sunny and Gizmo.
Sunny and Gizmo. That's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So the bigger chick is going to be Sunny, and then the smaller chick is Gizmo. So this was picked out of a list of 30 finalist names. The top 5 that did not make it was Sky, Crackle, Griffin, Cloud, and Sully. I almost said Scully, just because I love Scully so much.
This was earlier, I guess, before nighttime. You can kind of see... I still don't know how to tell them apart, but they're still hard at work being parents, and she's still he or she's still trying to stay with them, keep them warm and all that. So it's definitely awesome to see. But again, eventually they'll be able to go out on their own and do their own thing. So that'll be beautiful to see. But yeah, let's do this. So I love seeing this, the fact that they're grown up and they made it. It's a very beautiful thing.
It's a very beautiful thing. And now they're starting to look like their mama and papa.
Yep.
But let's get into the daily horoscope for April 2nd. Thankfully, we made it through April 1st. Hopefully you weren't pranked. But today is a new day. So an Aries born on April 2nd possesses uncanny powers of imagination and may spend a great deal of their time dreaming with their eyes open. They have a natural dignity that may seem standoffish, but this, however, has a lordly resonance and creates an aura of specialness.
Interesting. I have no idea how to divulge that. It's a lot of it's a lot of $10 words there, Beans.
There's a $20 word that I actually skipped over because, I can't read this morning.
There it is.
But other than that, it just seems like they have they're very imaginative, so they're probably daydreamers. They have a natural dignity, so it says that they're standoffish, maybe they're a little bit like introverted, like they like to do their own thing. Yep. And then like they have an aura of specialness. So I guess, I don't know, take that as you will. They're pretty cool people. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all we need to know, right?
But something that's a little bit more straightforward, which we don't have to be creative about, is this day in history, because it's already written in the books, point blank. Yep. No roundabout way. So in 1792, the US dollar is created. The Coinage Act of 1792 establishes the US Mint and creates the US dollar as the country's official currency.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. America becoming more independent. I love it.
I wonder what happened to the first dollar. You ever think about that? Like the first... Oh, shoot. I'm slapping my mic all over the place.
There it is.
The first dollar ever created, like, what route did it take in order to get to, like, the last person that had the first dollar? Or is it just saved somewhere? I don't know.
Honestly, it could be in the Treasury Department. Like they printed it and saved it, and like over the years they just did that or whatever. Or they didn't think ahead enough and it got destroyed in some type of fire or weather or something, because, you know, obviously paper back then was a lot different than it is now.
That's very true. So moving on to 1917, the U.S. enters World War I. So President Woodrow Wilson asked Congress to declare war on Germany, leading to the U.S. entry into World War I. So that's very interesting. The day after April Fool's, it's just like war. And people are like, are you still joking? No.
Yeah, funny enough, you know, Germany was one of the major causes of both world wars. That's funny thing if you think about it. But
maybe we need to keep an eye on Germany for reasons.
We're not, bro. There's so many laws now in Germany, and like just so many things to like shut down any type of hate or any type of like whatever. Like they shut it down like that, and I think we have like 1 or 2 army bases in Germany now, so there's no shot that'll ever happen again.
Very true. But in 1972, the first ever Major League Baseball strike begins. So the MLB players go on strike for the first time in history, lasting 13 days and canceling 86 games. Wow. That's a lot of games.
That's a lot. Oh, yeah. Especially for the MLB. That's, you know, that's, I think probably it's close to 70% of their games. I could be wrong, because they basically play all damn year. But, you know, only 13 days, though. That's not too long, but 86 games over, like, you know, however long. For one team, that'd be a lot. But, like, over the course, it's really not a lot more that I think about it. But
I need to put that in my brain, because that's some knowledge for my Dominican, how do I say this? Dominicanness, I don't know. Because apparently Dominicans are just really good at baseball. Yeah. Like half of the team is always Dominican, and then they have like baseball camps over there. They bring them over to the U.S. Everybody barely speaks English, but they're really good at hitting balls. Don't clip that. Anyway,
hey, whatever works.
Brood for your brain. Brood for your brain. Useless facts. Did you know that octopuses can taste? Octopuses? Isn't it like octopi or something? Can taste with their arms.
Oh yeah.
So apparently.
No, so that's interesting. The next sentence is really going to seal it for a lot of people.
Yeah, so the next sentence says that each sucker has chemical receptors that detect flavors.
Imagine a sucker able to detect flavors.
I mean, you can say our mouths are so. Never mind.
We're going to continue. We're not doing that.
I was not thinking dirty, okay? Here in the cafe, we are good Christian. I'm not even Christian.
I can't.
Anyways, but that kind of goes into butterflies, because butterflies can taste with their feet. So once a butterfly lands on you, they're tasting you.
Probably salty from the sweat, you know, from the summertime, because they come out in the summertime. So a lot of people are probably salty from the sweat. That's an interesting thing.
Probably. So the next one says, if you say Jesus backwards, it sounds like sausage if you try hard enough.
I don't think I'd ever do that, but okay.
Okay. That's enough. I know there's a couple of you still trying to say it. We're moving on. A group of ferrets is called a business. Very professional of them.
That is very professional. I like that. That's beautiful.
So let's get down to business and continue on with I Can't with Ken and Beans.
When you pour cereal realizing you have no milk, now you're just staring at a dry breakfast crisis. So there was actually a big thing about, you know, do you pour in your milk first and then your cereal, or your cereal and then your milk? You know, there was actually some psychopaths that do their milk first and then the cereal. I've met some like that. That's psychotic, in my opinion. But then the next question.
So I was just going to say the only time that you should ever have milk in your bowl before cereal is when you already finished your bowl of cereal and there's some leftover milk and you have to like top it off. That's the only acceptable answer.
Yep. But yeah, I was going to say, normally, you pour it in there, you finish it, you pour in more, or you just drink the milk. Do you drink the milk or do you pour it out?
I usually drink the milk because it's like one of the best parts, unless it's not like cereal-y enough.
Yeah.
You know that they actually have like cereal milk now? Like you don't even have to have the cereal part. It's just the flavor of cereal in milk sold separately.
Interesting. That's interesting.
No
I like
assembly
that.
acquired.
I don't know if you remember this like back in the day, but I think this was like I don't even think you were born yet. This is like early 90s to like mid 90s. They had like cereal to go. So it'd be like a kind of like a yogurt thing that has the yogurt and like the stuff on the side. It'd have cereal and like milk with the peel off, and you'd like flip the cereal into the milk, and it came with like a little like plastic spoon you'd eat for kids to have cereal on the go. It didn't last long because the milk would spoil like that, so it never lasted long. They had
That's
like
true. Do you know? Wait. Do you know that the whole reason why we have like expiration dates on milk is because of I'm pretty sure it was like Al Capone or something like that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently like a nephew of his like drank like bad milk and I'm not sure if he had a bad reaction or died. And now that's why we have expiration dates, and I think that's pretty cool.
A lot of that shit is also a pasteurization. Because if you just get like the straight milk natural from the cow, it lasts a hell of a lot longer, and it also doesn't need to be refrigerated. But the more you like pasteurize it and like process it and all that, especially like lactate and all those things, you have to put like expiration dates on it just because of the process. Because I remember like when I was deployed, we would have like pallets of milk, and it would be like no expiration date on it, and it'd be out in the desert like hot, but you'd still drink it and be fine. It's just how they do it over there. Because you have the way it was separated was no cream, half cream, and full cream. That's how it was separated.
Interesting.
Yep.
So real quick, just because I think this is like an interesting like chat item. So Kevin D said that blueberry cereal is his favorite, or was his favorite. He put was in there. I'm not sure if it still is. One of my favorites is Honey Nut Cheerios. I don't know if that's very boring of me, but
That is very boring.
Yep. It's heart healthy. I have bradycardia.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I was the old man in me loves just plain cornflakes, but I'll also do like what?
So you're going to judge me for liking Honey Nut Cheerios, but then you're going to say that you like boring old cornflakes.
Oh yeah, why not? I also liked Captain Crunch berries.
Okay, that's a
Prime
little
time.
bit more.
That's prime time right there.
I used to like like all those colorful cereals and stuff like that. And then like once I started getting older, I'm just like, you know what? That's too much coloring. Like I'm gonna get sick for some reason. Not for some
Facts.
reason. America always puts so much color in like their food for God knows what.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say the next one because it affects me more. I'm not sure if you wear glasses, but when your glasses fog up the second that you step inside from the cold, I guess I'm blind for a bit. So being in Florida, this is more like a transition from inside to outside because my mom loves to have the house like super duper cold, and then outside it's always going to be super humid, super hot,
Yeah.
super swampy. So every single time I step out in the morning, it's just straight blindness for a second.
That sucks. I have perfect vision. I was blessed.
Well, good for you, Ken.
I was blessed.
We can't all be perfect like you.
You damn right.
Freaking 7 feet tall, freaking stature of a Greek god, and
You're damn
perfect
right.
vision.
You damn right. Oh, that's beautiful. Quote of the day: love is the currency of the soul.
I like that.
It's a little too what's the word? Remember what Eric called Glammy's wedding mid? A little too mid for me.
this feels like another Skibidi moment from you.
You're damn right.
Anyways, we also have a cute video of the day to pair with this cute quote of the day. And apparently it says nature is amazing. I
Sorry,
had
you're
no
mad.
idea rabbits
Oh my
had so
God.
much attitude. Is that the same one from yesterday?
No. That one from yesterday was the dog and the baby
Oh yeah.
on the sand.
Ludwig, I'm sorry you're mad, but you can't just jump out here.
Get down!
Bro, that's a big fucking rabbit. Holy shit, that's a big rabbit.
They can get really big, yeah.
That's wild. That's adorable. Fucking rabbits, I can't. All right, that's enough of the rabbits.
That's enough of the rabbits. You're not gonna let it play all the way through, Ken?
Fine.
What are you doing?
Stuffy. See if I saw everything's up you talk like.
There
Not
it
the
is.
plants. Anyways, yeah, so I guess rabbits are worse than cats. I think some people like cats because it's like passive aggressive. This is just straight up aggressive, and it's kind of bratty aggressive. So now I'm pretty sure I know why Grim calls me a bunny now, because I'm exactly like that whenever I get too hungry.
I can't. I could see that actually. I could see that. So we have Eric. Go ahead.
Eric?
Eric's in members waiting.
Oh my goodness. Eric and Dr. D?
Just Eric.
This could be a great pairing.
Just Eric right now.
Oh, just Eric? Dr. D, come back.
Yeah, Dr. D, whenever you're ready, come back. We just want to do the Daily Espresso first, and then we'll definitely bring you on. But yeah, you want to bring Eric up? Talk to him?
Yes, sir.
Eric, my man.
What's up, motherfuckers? You bitches kiss me?
Just a little bit. How you doing, bro?
A little bit, huh?
A little bit.
A little bit, huh?
Is this like a Dark Eric sort of arc going on, or is this just new Eric?
Nope.
We need
This is unhinged Eric.
Oh, shit.
This is the Eric who is going to fight for his job back.
That's what I love to see. I actually had that, bro. Like, whenever he initially fired you, you didn't fight for it. And I was like, Eric, come on, bro. If you want this shit, you got to fight for it.
Oh, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have a bone to pick with one buff weeb when Lolcow nerds come on air.
Okay. Is that today?
Yep, that is going to be today.
What you gonna do to him, bro? What you got to say to him?
I'm going to put him back in his place. This
Ooh.
motherfucker thinks that he can take my job. He thinks he can run this show without me? Well, guess what? That I'm gonna put him back in his place. I don't give a flying fuck of what the audience wants. I'm gonna fight for my job back.
Fuck yeah, bro. That's what I like to hear. So real quick, we got one buff weeb in the chat, and he said, I can't wait.
Oh, just you wait, you weeaboo motherfucker. I'm coming at you. I'm coming at you so hard, it's not gonna be funny.
This is the Eric I want to see, bro. I want to see the Eric that's going to fight. I want to see the Eric that's going to win. And I want to see the Eric that's going to put this bald motherfucker in his place. This is what I want to see, Eric.
That's exactly
This is the energy we need, Eric.
Let's get a hashtag bring Eric back to Lolcow nerds trending. Hey, let's go. Oh, people.
Let's fucking go, Eric.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, that's beautiful. So let me ask you, did you watch Nerds yesterday?
I was lurking around the Discord, taking a break, and I have noticed something particularly changed.
What's that?
Two of my biggest haters, Captain Retard and Pirate, have been bullied out of the server. And when that happened, I saw some people actually missed me.
Oh shit, that's good. Well, Keem said you can stay in the Discord and come on shows and you'll keep your host role. He said that. So
Yeah, and you know what? I think this, proves I still have staying power in the LCU.
Yep, definitely. Now, the one thing I will say is you don't want to get what's called main character syndrome, okay? Main character syndrome is you put yourself in a little bit too high of a pedestal and you think you're untouchable, okay? Don't do that. Make sure you stay humble. Make sure that whenever you go in there, you make sure that you have a good point, you present yourself well, and you don't just go in there and yell and scream and talk shit, all right? That's not what anybody wants. People want a dignified, they want you to fight. They want you to make sure you can get your job back, but at the same time, they don't want people just to go in there and yell and scream, okay? So just make sure you do that. Make sure you just stay cool, calm, and collected and just speak your good points, okay?
I will keep that in mind, Ken.
100%. So Midnight Rider said, finish the movie, Eric.
Oh, I will. I will finish the movie. In fact, it will come out in May. Hey, that's all I can get.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Miss Beans, what you got for Mr. Eric? What you got for Mr. Eric?
I don't have much, to be honest. He's
Okay.
left me speechless, especially with this new Eric that's come along.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to leave such an impression you have no idea.
That's beautiful. Do you like this new Eric, Beans?
We'll see. We'll see. I need to see his full potential in this form. You know, Super Saiyan Eric going on in complete nerds fashion.
I think
I'm going Avatar Eric in this one.
Oh, shit. That's going to be beautiful, sir. Well, just remember the 3 rule, right? If you get kicked 3 times, you come back, you can be, you can lose your host role. So just make sure you don't do that, okay?
I won't.
All right, cool. Good shit, bro. All right, we're going to let you go, Eric. We're looking forward to see you on Nerd, sir. Thank you, buddy.
See ya. Hey, guys.
I feel like this is a Dark Leppy arc.
100%. And I see the chat saying that it was fake, bro. I had no idea that was going to happen. I had no idea Eric wanted to come on and say that. But I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. That's awesome. It's going to be interesting to see the Dark Eric arc. Eric versus Buff Weeb arc. And here's the other thing. Zay ain't going to kick Eric. She's not. So Weeb may kick Eric, but at the same time, I think Weeb is going to want the entertainment and he's going to want the smoke, right? So
speaking on like kicking and bringing people back, so there was like a disagreement going on yesterday as well, because apparently there's like one particular person that was in members waiting that Weeb was trying to bring on, and every single time that the guy would be on for like 2 seconds, Zay was kicking him off, saying like, hey, this is my boundary, like don't bring this person on because of stuff that's happened behind the scenes. And she was like, I'll talk to you about it after the episode. I wonder if they actually got that conversation or she just left it like that. I feel like it would be good for her to talk about those sort of things so they can have more of a connection and
Definitely.
understand each other a little bit better.
Well, the whole thing is if they each want to bring in different people, they got to respect each other and do that. It's kind of how I look at it. I don't know. I do want to.
Yeah, go ahead. I feel like she gets kind of, I don't want to say scared, but she's wary of certain people that have talked about her before. And she feels like, oh, just because this new guy is here, some people might get that confidence to say some things that, you know, maybe they said in main chat or in DMs with her. You know, you should have like that little bit of anxiety, but I don't think that you should be scared that every person that you're going to bring on is going to be some sort of detractor or somebody that's just going to like air out all your dirty laundry. Like you still have to make a show and, you know, run it.
100%. And the other thing too is if you bring on those people and you fight against them and you stand on your own 2 feet, people will respect you. You know what I mean? People, as long as you're not trying to like, obviously her past is her past, right? I'm not here to dictate, but you know, standing up, fighting for yourself gains people's respect instead of just hearing the same old shit over and over again, you know? So we got Captain Retard and Pirate in members waiting.
Oh goodness.
You wanna bring them in to hear what they gotta say?
I mean, they've been personally called out by name from Eric, so they should get a chance to respond. At least that's my idea.
What is up, Captain Retard and Pirate?
Oh,
Hello. Good morning, good morning. Give me one.
I thought I clicked leave server. I thought I clicked that button. Eric, my bad.
My
dude.
camera.
Hey.
I was about to say, because he said that you were bullied off of the server, and I was like, we were literally talking last night.
What the fuck? I think he's got his information incorrect from whatever source. Getting his information from.
Yeah.
I was not.
Well.
Nice cup.
So what do y'all? What do y'all?
Star Trek.
I love it. What do y'all feel about the possible Eric redemption arc and him going after Buff? What do you think about that?
I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what happens.
He's gonna go full. What is the new Super Saiyan? I don't even know. There's so many colors. He's gonna create a new color of saying Super Saiyan Orange.
Super Saiyan Orange.
He's got the orange shirt on, you know. So Super Saiyan Orange. Let's go, Eric.
Hell yeah, bro. Whatever it takes.
I want to see that shit. I want to see the hair go fucking orange, like.
Remember
I think that'd be interesting.
Remember the video? Remember the video of the kid who was doing this whole Super Saiyan thing? He was like a really young kid, super skinny, doing that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I want to watch that now.
Dude, you said that, and me and my friends used to put that video. We would try to do it too.
That was so damn funny, bro. It was fucking great, bro.
Oh my god, dude.
Imagine Ken doing that.
I mean, he is a ticking time bomb, apparently. Maybe his final countdown is going to be him going Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
Shane.
Becky's nuts. I don't know why she even said that.
Buff Weeb said Super Saiyan Orange is Eric for sure. So yeah, Buff Weeb's in chat. He's been watching. He's taking notes.
Go, dude.
He's taking notes.
Let's go, brother.
100%.
I just thought it was funny. I'm like, what did I do to Eric? What did I say to him?
Well, real quick, Miss Jess, good morning to the best show. We appreciate you, Miss Jess. Thank you, ma'am. I love you to death. Thank you. So it's like I told Eric when he got fired. Right. There was no fight. He was just like, all right, am I going to get paid? All right, bye. I'm like, bro, it's not what they want. They want people to like fight and do their thing, but they also don't want like a main character syndrome type of person coming in and out of chats. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Hopefully he takes heed to the advice and hopefully he can come up with a good argument. And hopefully this is entertaining for everybody. And, you know, Buff Weeb just has to bow out and say, you know what, Eric, you got me, bro.
Yeah.
I think that's like the pattern though. Like everybody gets fired and then usually it's like the very like calm, like, okay, like I'm done. And then like the next day they usually have that fire within their soul. I just hope, and I'm sorry to say this, Pharaoh, if you're watching, I just hope that it's not a Pharaoh situation where we tell him like, hey, this is what you have to do. And instead of like going on shows and like truly showing like what he can do, he's like in chat just talking shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like for as an example, like when I got let go of Rewind or whatever, I was just like, all right, Glammy, good luck. Have fun. You know, like I wasn't trying to be an asshole or whatever. And, you know, obviously court failed, but we got Cafe and we got Test out of it and the shows are doing beautifully. So, you know, my journey through the LCU has definitely been interesting, but I definitely think, you know, Cafe is my home. I think this is definitely the show for me. It's the vibe I like. And Beans is the best co-host I could ever ask for. So, I mean, you know, it's a great situation.
Love Beans.
Oh, yeah. Beans is fucking awesome. I love it to death.
I need my hat to look like that.
That combo is, it's a good combo. Since day one, since you guys were put together day one.
Hell yeah. I appreciate that. But no, I think Yeah, let me re-say my sentence. Let me backtrack. Are y'all gonna be watching Nerds today? Interested to see what happens with Mr.
yes.
Eric?
Yes, 100%.
Yesterday was an incredible episode. I thought
Yeah.
it was amazing.
I was saying, go ahead.
One buff is he's on a different level, I think.
100%. So I didn't see this, but they were saying Zay was on Aussie. Do y'all think that's a better fit for her than Nerds, or what do y'all think about that?
I think anywhere other than Nerds, because she's
honestly. I'll say this. Maybe I think her and Twiggy can do that frenemies thing. You know, like that frenemies thing that Ethan and what's her name did, Trisha Paytas. Except I can't say the next part, but yeah, I think they can do that whole frenemies thing, and it can work. I would watch it.
Well, I think a lot of the Aussie fans that are like your crowns and your pay pigs, because Rastov did a lot of work to get them, right? We all know what he did to get those crowns and pay pigs. I don't think a lot of them were Zay fans at all. So if a lot of them were willing to pull their support if Zay is on there, I don't see it working out. That's the only thing.
You don't see the vision?
No, I don't. I do think she would be great as like a late night co-host. 1 second.
Kinda cool. Greg super chatted $19.99. Ken, you are so well spoken. Always great to hear her thoughts. Beans, the angel on my shoulders I actually want to hear from. Sipping Jack in the Box coffee for y'all. 2 hearts emoji.
We appreciate you, Kinda Cool, Greg. Thank you so much for that one. Yeah, I know I speak a little bit differently than a lot of people do, but I also have a different like vernacular than a lot of different people when I explain things. So kind of one of those things with me. I also like interviewing people and like asking them questions. So, that's kind of...
That's what I love about you, Ken. The way you ask questions is like, it's engaging. You want to answer the question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because what I do is, one thing Keemstar told me was tell the story, right? You have to tell the story. So before I ask a question, usually I'll say kind of part of the story that happened, like a little memory refresher. And I'll say, all right, now then ask the question. You know what I mean? I feel like that's the best way to interview people. I kind of enjoy doing that. But nah, thank you, Kinda Cool, Greg.
Good question.
Go ahead.
The good question is, do you guys think there's a path for Rastov and Twiggy to mend whatever happened at Fat Camp? We all know what happened there.
Yep.
To mend that and get back to the Aussie, that the OG.
I don't think so.
Wow, really?
I think it's a wrap. Because
wrap.
I think it's a wrap for them because Rastov has been showing different sides of himself throughout the entirety of Fat Camp. Lily with the 10. What's that? Cafe bean emoji, coffee cult emoji, cafe bean emoji. Thank you so much. And then Lady Nerd Artist coming up.
Lady Nerd Artist super chatted $20.
Why is Ken's voice so
Minecraft
therapeutic?
Do you all think you are? I think Ozzy as a nighttime show is better for Z.
It's very therapeutic.
For Nerds buff, maybe Pharaoh and Batgirl 100 /
So
can come back to Nerds if she plays nice.
So you think Rastov's just done?
Yep. I 100% think he's done. I think...
what about you, Beans? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead, Beans. Go ahead.
He's always going to be the crown diddler to me.
The crown
I don't think that he can let go of that power so easily. Plus I truly enjoyed having Ozzy on to like lull me to sleep. Like it was a nice mix of like craziness from Twiggy and like the calmness, or like sometimes he will spurg out, but just like Rastov's voice is nice to me. Plus it would make very interesting dreams. So I miss having Ozzy the way it was.
Dreams, bro.
The Aussie dreams.
Exactly.
So real quick, just to answer the question on the dono, I've never played Minecraft once in my life, so I have no idea what critter I would be. I know we're supposed to do like a Minecraft server, which Alex, the beautiful pay pig that he is almost finished with this. We can start doing that. My boomer ass in there trying to figure out how to swing an axe at blocks. That'd be beautiful.
Boomer report.
You're damn right. And then and then this is what I'll say. I think, just to answer the dono again, I think Zay is great for late night hosting. I would love to see Batgirl on Nerds with Buff Weeb. I think that'd be excellent. So
perfect combo.
What about a late night show with Zay and Becky?
Ooh.
Oh.
What are you trying to do?
Who's watching that, bro?
I don't know.
Sadistic people? I don't know.
Sadistic people, maybe they're gooners. Who knows?
That shit better be at 4 a.m. then.
4 a.m.
You get the 4 a.m. time slot. You want to make it work? Make it work. Get the 4 a.m. slot.
I always thought she would have been good on Madhouse, but I already know they got a host. They got Bunny in there.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
so great.
She is. Yeah, a lot of people like the me and Jaffe vibe that we were doing, because that kind of shows a different side of me and my humor. You know what I mean? But we were talking about like a Mad Cafe kind of thing, kind of like
Mad Cafe.
Kind of like they would come on in the last 30 minutes of our show, and then we would stay an extra 30 minutes on their show to kind of do like an hour combining the two shows.
Crossover?
Yeah, a little bit of a crossover. I think it'd be pretty badass, I think. Because people underestimate the Beans and Jaffe dynamic. That's what they underestimate. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, Beans looks ecstatic.
No, I'm telling you, bro. Beans and Baby Grandpa. Beans and Baby Grandpa, bro. I'm telling you, comedy gold.
I don't have the energy to talk about this right now.
Well, keep drinking your coffee, Beans. Literally, keep drinking your coffee, Beans.
Going on me, since he first started, I think he's starting to get the rhythm of where he is, in the LCU.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, gentlemen.
Ooh, wait, real quick. Somebody said Lolcow Psycho Bitches with Becky, Zay, and hosted by Psycho Mom. A lot of people miss Psycho Mom recently.
Yeah.
I call that Lolcow Psychos.
Yep.
Lolcow Psychos. Keep it short and sweet. So real quick, just to wrap everything up, you guys are going to watch Nerds today. See how Eric is going to react. What was I gonna go into?
She can't.
I'm just so flabbergasted when it comes to Eric and like this whole new persona that he's putting on. I don't know if this is truly Eric from here on out, or if we're gonna get sweet Eric eventually.
We'll see.
I miss the old Eric, man.
Oh yeah, a lot of people do. All right, gentlemen, we're gonna let Dr. D come in. I appreciate y'all.
Right.
Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, guys.
Bye bye. Dr. D.
She's muted.
Damn it, Dr. D, you're muted. I can't.
I know. Hold on.
There we go.
Coming in.
It sounds so sweet.
There we go.
See, this is what I need after all that cursing, and she has a jacket.
That is awesome.
So lovely.
It just looks awesome.
Yeah. It's kind of a crappy day over here, and this is just the nice level of coziness that I needed.
Definitely.
So my sweaters are hung up, and I got this on today, so.
Hell yeah.
Love it.
How you guys doing?
We're doing beautifully. We got TTS, and it actually works now, so the Boomer Report got it.
I saw. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Appreciate that. So Seth looks, I don't think people should be trying to get Rastoff to go back to Twiggy. It would be like telling a better wife her husband isn't that bad. I mean, I don't see them being physical assaults ever, but it was very abusive. And I think, I said this before, I think Twiggy was kind of becoming a try-hard a little too much, and he kind of fell into it a little too hard. And Rastoff was just kind of watching his co-host kind of change a little bit that he didn't like. That's my thoughts on it. But
yeah,
we all know why you're here. You attempted with the queens.
I did.
1 second.
Lady Nerd Artist super chatted $20. Honestly, if Becky and Zay did a show, they could bring out Court only for punishment. So Lolcow Court could be like an event-only channel. Have Zay be Def and Becky be op, and biggest donos picks punish. Psycho is judge, smiley face emoji.
That would be interesting. They said honestly, if Becky and Zay did a show, they could bring out Lolcow Court only for punishment. So Lolcow Court could be like an event-only channel, have Zay be defense, Becky be prosecution, and the biggest no-no picks a punishment. Psycho Mama's the judge.
That's
I
a lot
like
of screaming and yelling.
Yeah,
A little bit.
little bit. So
I'd be entertained though. I'm not gonna lie.
that would be entertaining. I may even give
Yeah.
that shit a chance. But
Right.
so, anyways, you were the belle of the ball yesterday, as some would say on the
A
show.
little bit.
Um,
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yep.
I didn't watch, unfortunately, because I don't watch that show that much anymore. But
Sure.
and I was also busy. My wife made me a Portillo's chocolate cake for my birthday, so I was destroying that thing. I probably gained 30 pounds just on sugar, but that's okay because it was my birthday. But
There you
anyways,
go. That's awesome.
oh yeah, I love that thing. But anyways, give us your thoughts on what you saw, what you would want to happen, and lastly, did it meet expectations?
Whew. Okay. So Rome was not built in a day. And things like that, there's such a big, I don't want to say a disconnect, but a riff, right? And I think it's going to take some time to get them back to where they were, if that's at all possible. Tina shuts down a lot. And it's really hard to get through to her. But you know what? That's the reason why sometimes therapy and mediation does not work. Not only could it be like a bad match with, a clinician, there's a whole bunch of different types of therapy styles that can be used. What I like to do when I do like groups and things like that, it's patient led. Mm-hmm. I'm there if there's like a lull, just to kind of bring in some talking points, but people know why they're there, and we all get together and we talk about whatever it is that needed to be talked about. And I think a lot of times people expect really quick results, and that's not the case. You never hear of anybody going into, seeking any kind of help, going in one day and be like, that's it, I'm solved. I'm golden.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't happen.
Not how that works.
Yeah. I mean, you can go and be like, hey, you know what, this is not for me. And that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I mean, like people would expect like really quick results. And more importantly, some people just aren't ready. They can
see
either
that.
They can be too hurt, too angry, not ready to talk about things. I think this might have been the case. Becky was saying a lot of what we call like these keywords, like I statements. I feel, she feels unheard. And in practice, we don't use shock collars, but that was an idea that I had because it's yelling and barking and bitching back and forth, right? Look where we're at. We're in the LCU. We need things to be heard. So I told Mike, like, hey, is this cool? And obviously it was, because when I came in, they were donning these collars. And I think it was effective. But like I said, nothing was going to be resolved in one session. It's a shit show, quite honestly. And I think they just need to figure out how to work together to produce the show that they both want. It can't be one-sided. And I think that's Tina she wants to have fun. She wants to kick back and relax and be an outlet for other people in real life. And that's what she wants. Becky wants, I think, like maybe a little bit more structure. But they just have to work together. And I mean, that's my take on it. But I mean, it was a shit show.
Yeah. So I tried to explain to people that their hatred was very much on display at Fat Camp. Like, Tina does not like Becky whatsoever. And I think it's justified because Tina did all that work for a week. Becky never really wanted to go to Fat Camp. I'll never be convinced otherwise. And, Mike even had to learn OPS, his boomer report ass in there trying to do point and clicks. You know what I mean? It didn't work out all that well. But then, she came back. And, me and her have this little thing right now, a little riff I don't want to get into, but she's very judgmental on people, and she thinks very highly of herself and very low of others, and that's my perception of it. And
yeah, I mean, that's a good observation. Absolutely. And she doesn't see it.
Yeah,
she doesn't see
definitely not. And she thinks she'll walk in a room and make money. And the problem is that was the case. I mean, It is what it is. And I've even said it. You can't argue her analytics or her donos. You just can't do it. So
right.
I understand the balloon thoughts of yourself. But at the same time, you need to be grounded and you need to understand kind of how it is here. Right. But I hope they can figure it out, because I do think that they are great together. But from Tina's perspective, I totally understand it, why she feels the way she does.
Absolutely. I feel like she feels abandoned. You said she put in the work. She even said last night, I didn't want to go. I did not want to go. And there she was. She sucked it up. She went, doing all of this work. And then Becky comes in to expect the same type of, the shine, and it's not cool. It really isn't. And it's really hard to be like an unbiased party because of being in the LCU. Because I like both of them for different reasons. Tina is unapologetically her.
Yes.
Becky has a voice that she feels she's not being heard. So I was trying not to I don't know. People were saying in chat like, oh, it was one-sided. It's really hard when you got someone who's closed down. They don't want to talk. So if you keep poking and prodding to get like a response, she's gonna lash out. Tina lashes out. That's just who she is, and that's fine. So yeah, Becky was more receptive to talking. So I was asking her questions, bouncing things off of her. And that's the thing about any type of session like this. You have to be willing and welcoming to it. If you're not, it's not going to work at all.
Facts. What you got, Ms. Beans?
Yep.
I know you're thinking in there. I know you got thoughts in your head. Go ahead and express yourself.
No, so the only thing that I was going to say is that Tina is a very independent woman. Not only that, but she has been through a lot in her lifetime. And she kind of built, Tina is Tina D. When you think of Tina D, you imagine her with her helmet, with her bat. She's going to take whatever is in her way down. She don't need no man. She don't need nobody to protect or save her. Something, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but something that Becky kept repeating over and over again before she went to fat camp was that, hey, Tina, I'm going to fat camp for you. I'm here to save you. That's something that Tina did not like at all. She's like, you're not here for me because I don't need saving. Like, I'm against you and you want to be my best friend. We're not best friends, especially with the way that you're treating the people that I work with. So the fact that she is, there's like this weird dynamic going on where it's like, Tina went to fat camp. She feels like she's doing all this work. She wants support from Becky. The moment that Becky gets over there, she kind of ruined things for everybody. But Becky's like, well, I'm kind of the saving grace. I came here for you, Tina. Why don't you appreciate the work that I'm doing? I did come over to support you and you're just not accepting it. So I think it all comes down to communication, but at the same time, if they're talking past each other, nothing can really get done.
Right, absolutely. And how many times has Becky left before? It's an instability in that show's dynamic. It's gonna take work. It's gonna take work on both of their parts, and I'm not sure if they're there yet.
I don't think they will be.
No.
I think Tina is way too headstrong to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a negative to her at all, right? She's done her time. She's earned her keep. She knows what it is.
Yeah.
But Becky is trying to get her foot back in. She shaved her head and all this other shit, which whatever. I don't care about that. That doesn't faze me.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She thinks she's on this pedestal in the LCU. And, I'll be flat out honest. Keem and Mike don't help because they keep giving her chance after chance after chance. But at the same time, they still trash her and talk shit about her, how bad and horrible she is to work with.
Right.
So that also sets a bad precedent to her that, they may say all this stuff, but, I'm still here. I'm still Becky. So, I don't know where Queens kind of goes from here. Because, like I said before, when the show first started, the formula is going to get old eventually. And there's only so much people are willing to do. Obviously, Becky has made herself an idiot on camera. Becky has done the degrading things on camera. Tina has as well. But, you know, Becky's saying she's changed. She's not playing that character anymore. She's not doing all this and that. So it's like, so what now? You know, what now?
Yeah.
She has all these different faces that she wants to put off. Kind of like people said with Glammy, right? Like, who is the one true Becky? You know, and she's like, well, I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to say this. Well, how do we know you're telling the truth? Are you just saying that I'm telling the truth and we just have to accept it? You know, like, I don't understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough because, you know, the only time that we really saw her as like a personable person is if she was indulging, you know, on a drunk stream or, you know, taking an edible. And again, that's going to get old too.
Yeah.
It's going to get old. It'll be the same shtick. Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever see the real Becky.
Nah. So
not in LCU.
I'm going to play some segments from Queens for the therapy. And if you just kind of give like a after episode summary of what your thoughts were, you know, because like I said, I didn't see it. This is my first time seeing this.
Sure.
So let's check this out. So our beautiful docket team has a few clips. So this is going to be the start of therapy when it first started.
Okay.
So let's share this with you.
Alrighty.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. And he's gone. So I don't know how much Michael had told you guys.
We don't give a fuck. What's up?
All right. So I was here to help you guys work a little bit more on some communication. I watched a little bit of why? Because it's important.
For who?
Don't you think? For everybody.
No, we don't give a fuck how we talk.
Well, how do you get your point across if you don't actively communicate?
Oh, I think it comes out pretty good. Yeah.
Girl, screaming can only get you so far. You don't have to do all that. And check this out, especially with walking pneumonia. You can't be screaming. Right?
I can do what the fuck I want. You don't pay my bills.
I don't pay your bills. You're absolutely right. And he's gone.
All right. So immediately, first thing I see is body language. Body language is like, fuck this. I don't want to be here.
Yep. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I don't know what was said prior to, because I came on about a half hour after the fact because I was on the road.
Okay.
So I don't think them being introduced to what was going to be happening was well received. And when it happens, when you're caught off guard, when any of us are caught off guard, we kind of close up a little bit. And I got that from the jump, from the absolute jump. So I knew it was going to be, a struggle.
Yep. Beans, did you watch this episode?
I did not. So I think I took a nap because of the lack of sleep that I've been getting, you know, having to wake up so early for work. Thankfully I can oversleep tomorrow. But yeah, so I didn't see the episode. I know that Rewind talked about it a little bit. And there was also some discourse about Becky kind of cheating the system and wrapping a little bit of her dress around the prongs.
I saw that on Rewind. I did not notice because I was so in the moment and I was like, Did they say that she was being shocked while it was wrapped or no?
That's what they've been saying, but I'm not completely sure. But that's something that really jumped out to me because obviously, why would I want to work with somebody who's not even giving their 110%? You know, like cheating the system. I feel like you're cheating me. That's just me personally. I don't know how Tina feels about it.
I mean, on Rewind, she was upset. And I didn't watch. I fell asleep. I get up really early as well. But, you know, Becky's saying one thing and doing another, right? I'm here for you, but let me half-ass this. You know, maybe it was a mistake. I don't know. But it looked a little sus. suspicious.
It did look a little sus. And like for me, I'm always going to be the person that like wants to give the benefit of the doubt or wants to feel like there's some good in people, like they're not going to cheat other people out of something.
Yeah.
Or like, for example, the whole thing I said about Zay. Like, I don't want to see Zay cry. You know, sometimes I feel like it's deserved, but at the same time, I'm still that nice person inside, and I'm like, well, we should give her a break, or like maybe this shouldn't be happening to her so much. But in general, I feel like there's just a lot of acting out happening on LCU. I don't know if this is just something that's been building for a while and finally like toppling over, or if this is just going to be something that's going to happen every couple of months. Like it's going to be a pattern of some sort. How do you feel about the whole Becky situation and Tina, and then this whole disagreement that's going with Zay and Buff, and now there's another one which is going to be Ozzy, which is Rostov and Twiggy?
Like, I feel like sometimes I can't keep up. Like, it's so confusing. You know, Tina was talking about Zay disrespecting her son. So that was like a huge thing, and you know, but like at the moment, like we weren't there for that, but that's something really important to her. And so like we discussed it a little bit, and no, it's not right. It absolutely is not right. But I wasn't there. I didn't see the context. I did see it during Rewind, and I think if I would have actually seen it happen in the moment, I think I probably would have been a little bit more upset about that. But it was just like, you know, keep family out of it. Just why? If someone mentioned any one of my kids or my spouse or my mom, dude, fucking guns are gonna be these guns. You know, they're gonna be throwing. These fists are rated E for everyone when you talk about people that I hold near and dear to me. So I understand how upset. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Just real quick, this isn't the first time Becky brought the son up. It's been for months now.
Yep.
So, I mean, at some point, you know, the rubber's got to meet the road. You know what I mean? It's fucked. I wish it never happened, but it's kind of where we're at. Would you, before we get into more, just asking, would you be willing to do more episodes to try and give them therapy? Like, do you think there's any sort of progress from your first session to even build on? Or do you think it's a lost cause at this point? Like, seriously, do you think it's a lost cause?
It can be a lost cause. So I offered to do this a while ago, and it was not well received. So I think even just being able to go and talk to them in their own environment was a W.
Yep.
I think though, something like that has to be scheduled, not, you know, the day of, hey, can you come on and do this? You know, because I was like, man, we could be doing like certain kind of communication exercises and like a team building type of thing, because I think at the end of the day, that's what they need.
Yeah.
You know, so I think if there's more time to like actually prepare and actually have it be like a clinician led group, I think it might be effective. But again, it's not an overnight thing. It just isn't.
Definitely not. And I think what a lot of the big deal is, this is my own opinion, Beans, you can share if you on this or not, but I think Tina feels slighted because of money. Because there's been so many times Tina has picked up the ball for Becky, done shows with Mike, made donations, made money, and Becky, to our knowledge, has not been, I guess she hadn't had her money taken away from her that she wasn't there, like on the show. You know, there hasn't been any like monetary punishments. I guess that's the best word I'm looking for. Because, like I've said in the past, like mustard on the head, eggs on the face, whatever, we're past that at this point. I think there needs to be legitimate help, like professional help with them and with the whole Wings and Kelly thing. And that's a whole nother topic we may touch on. I don't know. But so let's get into this other clip. Ms. Beans, you got anything to add before we continue?
The only thing that I want to add is like the very big proponent why people are doing a lot of this stuff, especially Tina, is like money, and she likes, you know, the LCU, she likes the audience and things like that. But I think that's something that's really been kind of pissing her off, is that there's a lot of people that have been crossing boundaries And now that people have been crossing boundaries and there's no repercussions, there's other people coming along, Zay Zooted, who are also talking about her son.
The
and
same
now
thing,
it's like
yeah.
multiple people talking about her son. She's like, hey, I don't like this. You keep doing it. And now people are doing that. I always called it childish because to me it's always childish, but like the eye for an eye, one-upping each other.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to talk about my son, I'm going to talk about your experience in the past.
Right.
And that's not okay. Because where are we going to end up in the end? Just all hating each other, and then we can't work with each other, and then no LCU. That's my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think a major flaw of all of this is that there's no ground rules. You know? I think the LCU is a great place. But I think that, I mean, they're unwritten rules, right? At the end of the day, you just shouldn't do those things. That's common sense, but common sense isn't that common. And sometimes people have to be told, hey, probably in poor taste if you talk about someone's family member, or just because someone else is doing it doesn't make it right. And like you said, if that keeps continuing, we're going to be a whole universe of people just fucking hating each other at the end of the day.
The problem is someone has to be the bigger person, and they're both too spiteful to do that.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it boils
Maybe
down
in
to.
time. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. So apparently they discuss nerds for some odd reason. I'm not too sure if this rings a bell for you, Dr. D, but we'll go ahead and watch this one real quick, and then we can get into it.
Absolutely.
Okay, Miss D, we fought today because she called my son a gay. She said the other word. Instead, he sucks dicks in corners for no reason.
What?
My son don't talk to these people. He don't disrespect these people. He went to camp with these people, and he's just a quiet guy. He don't fuck with them. It's just disgusting how they can't come at me with anything but my kid.
Yeah, I can, man, that's rough. That's not, he doesn't do anything to deserve anything like that. And I think it's honestly really fair to say that family members really should be kept out of the LCU. I mean, I don't think that's asking too much. So I'm really sorry that happened.
We have not.
So that, I don't know if I guess I misread that, but it said nerds. I don't know. Oh, it happened on nerds. I'm an idiot. Excuse me. Boomer Report, guys. The Boomer Report lives. So I'll say this, and I'm sure Beans can concur on this one. Albert's an awesome guy. I talked to him quite a bit because he was kind of on his own, and I wanted to reach out and just say, hey, what's up? Like, I'm this other like big dude walking around. You know, me and him are about the same size, and just wanted to shoot the shit with him and talk to him. He's a cool fucking dude. Carries a conversation, very well spoken. You know, he's not a bad person by any means. You know what I mean? So, not. I mean, for Becky to say those things about him, I mean, any mother would want to protect their child. I don't give a damn how old they are. Like, my mom would do the same thing if another woman said that to me, even at my age and my stature. My mother would do the same. So I definitely get it, and it's sick. It's sick.
I think it goes back to comments that were made before with no repercussions. You know.
Yep.
And I think moving forward, something needs to be said that you just leave people that aren't in this universe wholeheartedly. You leave them out of it. Like Albert didn't do anything to deserve any sort of comments like that. You know what I mean? It's just, to me, it's morally wrong. But again, common sense is not common, and especially in the LCU.
Truer words can never be spoken. But if you notice, when Tina was kind of, you and her were having your monologue talking about what happened, Becky was also trying to get attention with the choking and the, clearing the throat and all that stuff, and try to interject on something. So it's like she needed the attention back on her, even though y'all were having a real conversation about real feelings being hurt when she crossed boundaries.
Yeah.
Becky will always be that type of person. Like, I know I've said it a million times. She definitely 100% has main character syndrome. She needs to be the center of the focus wherever she's at. But it also doesn't help that they've put her in places like Cafe, like Nerds, to fix them. That also balloons her head up.
She has to fix herself. Yeah. She has to fix herself. Respectfully, of course. You know what? I don't have anything against anybody here. But going on these other shows, hi, I'm here to manage you. your own show, it's not in shambles, but there's some holes, you know?
Yep.
I don't know.
What you got, Beans? I've been talking too much. I'm sorry. You were talking all day yesterday. Now I'm talking all day today. You know what I mean? They want to hear your beautiful, awesome voice. Talk to us, Miss
We
Beans.
switch off. It's okay. So the only thing that I would say when it comes to this whole situation, I don't like the low blows. A lot of people are debating in the chat saying like, oh, well, she has the right to talk about Albert because Albert is an online personality. He does have his own channel and he helps his mom. But technically, Albert is not in the LCU.
Right. And that's the point that I was making. Yeah.
Exactly. He's not technically in the LCU. And from what I got at Fat Camp, Albert is a very quiet person in reality. Like there were moments where people would be grouped up together just talking, and he would go and he would sit in the car just because he wanted alone time. Like he doesn't really like all the hustle and bustle. He's just a quiet kid that, you know, likes to keep to himself. So the fact that Zay will go out of her way to talk about Albert just to piss Tina off, and then she wants to play, you know, I know she's going to talk about this later because she always has to talk about stuff, you know, free promo for Cafe. Woo.
Hey.
But she also wants to play victim whenever anybody talks about her boyfriend. And technically her boyfriend was part of the LCU because he's associated with Zay. And also he was going out of his way to bully people or harass people in the Discord. So it's like there's two sides of a coin. I know that now he's not really in the LCU, and, you know, she kind of acts like that was his choice. That wasn't his choice. He was banned. I'm pretty sure if he was not banned, he would be doing the same thing, bullying people and being a white knight and everything. And I get the whole idea of like, this is your significant other. You're trying to protect her. You're trying to be a good boyfriend. But there's a difference between being a good boyfriend and protecting your significant other versus going after people and harassing people and bullying people and like just going too far. If you truly want to be there for your significant other, I think it would be more beneficial that off camera, off Discord, you're giving her the love and support that she needs, reassuring her, being there for her, loving her, because being a keyboard warrior isn't going to really do anything. You're just making yourself and her look more like a dick than you already are.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yep. I don't know. Hopefully something will come of all this. I think there's a very, very slim chance, but the window's closing more and more every day. And
agreed.
You know, Becky's already tried to go on her own and it failed. So she came back. You know, Tina has always said she's going to leave. She's going to quit. I think a lot of that is for the bit, right? Personally.
Yeah.
But I do know if Mike ever walked away, she'd follow him. I know that 100%.
She is loyal to a fault.
Yep.
And it was, you know, yeah, we all knew that though.
Oh, yeah.
And I like loyalty. Loyalty's good. But at the end of the day, yeah, you know, there's money involved, right? Doing shows. But Tina, I think, truly does do this for entertainment and to make people happy. And if Mike was to walk, she'd be like, hasta la pasta, like, because I don't need this. You know, she'll find something else to do that's going to make her happy. And I think this makes her happy.
Yeah. But, so we got one more. Evidently, Becky faked a seizure. Allegedly. I don't know. Let's I love the growl before we start the clip. That's beautiful. So let's get this going.
What is she doing? Having spasms and seizures? God damn, look at that mess behind her, Keen. Tell her to clean up her shit.
Oh my god.
She gone.
There's like 17 dead raccoons on her bed.
Shut up! It's all wigs! Shut
up! Look at a possum. There's a possum in there too.
It's beautiful. All right. I needed that clip. Thank you. Thank you, Docket team. I needed that clip. So I don't know the shock rules. I don't know if this was fake or whatever, but you know, it's definitely right on time. And I'll say that much.
Yeah. So we used those because I was tired of the talking over and interruptions. Michael asked, hey, can you come and help out today? Meaning yesterday. I said, yeah, sure. is it really going to work? You know? And so I said, hey, well, why don't we do this? So that's why those were introduced. Otherwise, I don't think it would have went any better if it was just the three of us, just like how we are talking, because I don't think neither of them are capable of sitting and listening, because there are a lot of big emotions. And that's just, it is what it is. But I'll tell you what, Tina didn't fall to the ground convulsing with a shock collar. That's all I'll say.
There it is.
He's a tough cookie.
Oh yeah.
Something else that I wanted to mention is, when's the last time that we just said sorry? Like, I'm just so up and over like the whole punishment thing. Like, instead of taking accountability and saying sorry, now it's just like, oh well, I'll do a punishment. Like, I'll do that. Right. I feel like it's so much harder for people nowadays to like really admit they did wrong to somebody else and say sorry and truly mean it. Now they're just like, oh well, it's easier to shock myself, you know, than to look wrong in the eyes of the public. So I just wish that we can go back to like sorry being the thing that we do first and then a punishment. Because now we're just replacing sorry with a punishment.
Someone said in chat that Dr. D does not like Becky. I do like Becky. And we've been in DMs and we've been talking, you know, in the past. I don't dislike anybody here. I truly don't. I was just saying how it was when it comes to the shock collar. But to be fair, I've never had one on. I don't know what it feels like. So.
Yeah, fuck that. I never want to have one on.
Me neither. I'm going to say sorry. I'm not going to be like, hey, give me a punishment.
Yeah,
hey, my bad. I'm sorry. Can we, you know, move forward and be cool, you know?
Well, there's the other thing, though. Like, I feel like the more punishments you do, it gets very diluted. So it kind of loses its purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. That's just my own personal opinion. But last thing I want to ask you before we let you go.
Yep.
How can I say this right? I know you tried to do therapy for Wings and Kelly. And after the light of the events that happened, if they are watching, any advice you could give them? Hold on. Shock dog collars was the best thing a doctor recommended. There you go. So if they are watching and you could give them professional advice on how to fix themselves, amend it, and all that, not saying for content, I'm saying if they were to go and seek medical help from therapy, from mental health, what do you think the best course for them would be?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I love them both. They both know that. Honestly, go get individual and group counseling. I think anger management is a very good place to start. You know, consider all options: medication, a group work, individual work. It works if you are willing to put in the work.
Okay.
And that's what I'll say.
That's good. Yeah, I know everyone wants the best for Wings and Kelly because they're, you know, they're definitely, they were pillars of the community. I think they still are because, I mean, chats, they still want them to come back, right? And I know Keem was in a rough spot because of everything that came out. And I think that as long as the right help is gotten, the right help is get, and they can try to make amends in some sort of way. At the end of the day, as long as those two are happy together and they can build and be better together, that's really what matters at the end of the day. And if they come back, hopefully they're received well. But I think they need to worry about each other before they worry about anything outside of each other.
Absolutely. And again, this isn't an overnight fix. It's not.
Yeah.
But there's tons of resources available. And I think, you know what? If you guys reach out, I can help you find stuff in your area.
That's beautiful.
You know, there's stuff right at your fingertips. There's things online, in person. I prefer in-person stuff, but you got to put in the work. And I know they will.
Hell yeah. All right. Ms. Beans, any final words for Dr. D?
I don't think so. I think I got everything out so far.
Awesome.
We need to get back to saying sorry. We need to get back to punishments actually meaning something instead of being diluted. We need to get back to the LCU.
Facts.
Agreed. Beans for president.
Hey. All right, Dr. D, as always, thank you, ma'am, for your time and your efforts. Always appreciated here at the cafe.
Thank you so much for having me. You guys have a great show.
Thank you, ma'am. Take care.
All right. Bye.
Dr. D is always awesome. So chat was giving me hell about who wants him back. So if you look in the Discord, people want him back. If you look at Lolcow live chat, people want him back. And when they do polls, it's been half and half. So yes, there is part of the audience that wants him back. So that's all I'm saying.
If you look on the Reddit is saturated with a lot of people wanting him back in general, or saying that the LCU is not going to survive without him. So there is an audience that wants him back. Maybe they may not be like the loud majority, but they are a loud minority. I don't know.
You just gave me a headache. Thank you. Appreciate
You're
it.
welcome. I gave you a headache before Queens. That's just to prepare you.
Damn
You know,
right.
minor headache now, microdosing headaches until they don't hurt that much during Queens.
Just take a baseball bat and hit me in the head. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm just kidding. All right. So let's get back into this. So evidently Zay took shots at Cafe on Nerds yet again when I thought we had some sort of a truce. Obviously, it's well known our docket team and Zay doesn't get along. But, I told Zay, if they don't break rules, I'm not going to do anything to them. People have a right to hate on hosts. Like, I get hate all the fucking time. People call me boring in the chat. They say the show was boring. But you know what? You're still watching and you're still chatting. So thank you. I appreciate you for that.
The same haters are here every day, and I appreciate your dedication to the hate, to the bit, and to Cafe, because nobody else is here every single. We have people that love Cafe and have like a job. That sounded way more mean than I intended. But we have Cafe lovers that have a job that, can't be here every day, but the haters we can truly depend on to be here and give the best hateful comment that they possibly can. We appreciate you. We appreciate you so much that we were even talking about having our own segment where we list off the best hateful comments.
Facts, yeah. So we were going to pull up the YouTube videos on the channel and just go through the comments and just read the ones that were negative that hate on us, because y'all are hilarious in the comments. Like Milford Girl, she's my latest fan. Oh my God, she goes in on me, bro, and it is hilarious. You actually make my day, Milford Girl, and I hope you're watching, and I hope you comment about this. Thank you for making my day.
That's a new one.
That is a new one.
That's a new one. I have not heard. I think the one that is still on my mind is there was one, I think it was like after my birthday, something like that, or on my birthday. There was we started talking about like Malcolm X, and then some guy in the comment is talking about how like ill-informed we are. But then he talks about like Martin Luther King Jr. and I'm like, you're not even talking about the same guy, bro. Like, what are you doing? It's just so hilarious. And that being like somebody calling me misinformed, but then like saying the wrong name was just like so hilarious to me. Anyways, that would be a cool segment.
Facts.
What were we talking about?
Even Rings of Redemption with the two N's is saying this is boring trash. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for helping my chat raid and give me some ad revenue. You are the man. Bro, get in the Discord so I can bring you up and talk to you. Please, I don't care what show you're on. Just get in the Discord and come talk to me. I'd love to talk to you, bro. It'd be hilarious. It'd really make my day. It'd be a late birthday present. How about that, bro?
Same. So what was I gonna say? Oh, I was gonna give my psychic. They were talking a lot about psychic abilities yesterday. I'm going to use my psychic ability to try to decipher what Nerds is going to be today. The spirits are talking to me. They say that Zay is going to use the first couple minutes of Nerds to talk shit about Cafe and respond to everything that we said about her. And then Buffweeb is going to come in. She's going to continue to talk crap about his microphone and his background. They're not going to agree, and barely any nerd shit is going to actually be discussed.
Oh shit. I think you're better than Becky in the tarot cards.
It's a gift.
It's that Dominican shit. Whatever y'all do over there. Oh,
Brujeria.
That was weird. All right. There it is. So, yeah. Sorry about the screen change chat. For some odd reason, I still haven't figured out the point where my mouse just goes like, fuck you, and all my screens go weird. I haven't figured that out yet, so sorry. But Let's go ahead and listen to Zay talk shit about Cafe. I love this like back and forth we're having with Zay. It's fucking beautiful.
So.
Buff Weeb isn't even in yet. That's what makes it even better.
So, I was talked about this morning on Cafe. Well, not just me, the entire Nerds team. They were talking about a little bit about what happened yesterday. And you know, I could get into like everything. I could get into every little piece of it. But I wanted to start with pretty much just saying, why would we nerds take advice from a show who's doing worse than us? Simply put it as that.
Better prime time.
So, I was talked about.
So, I'll say this. She's right. Her numbers are better than us. I won't deny that. But I was just trying to help y'all stop fucking arguing. I was trying to help the flow of your show go better, because then you could be even better than what you are. That's what I was doing. Now, I know Keem said some shows talk about, like, you know, they're in certain, like, time slots. No, we haven't complained once about anything. We just come in here, do our show, and chill. That's all we do. And when all y'all do is argue and yell and complain and bitch to each other, that's when your numbers go up. Pay attention. And I also said that I felt nerds kind of dropped the ball a little bit at Fat Camp, which we will be talking about content for Cafe on Fat Camp. I think y'all dropped the ball a little bit, and the audience agreed with me. Even y'all agreed that Glammy didn't do a lot for y'all for Fat Camp. That was going to help y'all grow even more, right? So I'll say this. Your numbers may be better, but we're more solidified. We're more marketable. Us as a team, we don't need shakeups. We don't need firings. We don't need changes. Me and Beans are good the way we are. We love our coffee cult. We love our time. We don't need redirects, because I don't want any of that. I want to grow the audience organically. I want to grow the audience based on what we do, bring in new people, and get them to chill with the coolest, the calmest, and the chillest. That's what I want to do. That's all I'm going to say on that one.
Oh. So I'm just going to say, I'm starting to wake up a little bit more now. So your numbers are better now because there's drama. It seems like you guys have better numbers because of the drama that's been, you know, imbued upon your channel. The numbers are going to get better now because of Buff Weeb. And then you want to talk about better numbers and better whatever, but let's not forget prime time, because the last 10 minutes of prime time was just some pizza eating. And you guys didn't do so well compared to us. What else can I really drop a bomb on? So we talk about you guys might get a little bit more, you know, eyes because people want to see what you're going to do. And you talk about us. We scratch your back, you scratch ours. You know, I feel like we have a good dynamic going on when it comes to Nerds and Cafe.
Exactly.
And we have a coffee coming out. I don't see no Lolcow Nerds console thing coming out anytime soon.
So real quick, people are asking about the coffee. So here's what happened, right? Because Keem was there at Fat Camp doing the stuff, we couldn't, quote unquote, approve the labeling for it. But we got that approved. Labels are ordered, right? They're going to get sent. So hopefully this week we'll make it happen. You know, we're definitely working on stuff. We did it last night. We got all that ordered out. The logo is beautiful. I love it. And we're making strides. We're definitely making strides. Also, the other thing I'll say is if you look in your chat, you'll see fire nerds a hell of a lot more than Get Rid of Cafe. Obviously, everyone has haters, right? But it is what it is. But I noticed in members waiting. Oh, good job, Ken. I noticed in members waiting. We have one Buff Weeb and Wonder Woman.
Ooh.
Would you like to bring them on?
Hell yeah. Seems like a very interesting dynamic going on.
Hell yeah. Buff Weeb, Wonder Woman, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are we doing today?
Good morning, Mr. Ken, Mrs. Beans, And I'm with Wonder Woman. Gosh,
morning.
Oh, it's beautiful. It is fucking beautiful. Real quick, before we get started, I wanted to say Ken's Cooking will be dropping at 1 p.m. today. 1 p.m. today, members only video. Ken's Cooking, the steak tacos, the beans and the rice will be dropping for members only to watch. So that's for Band World and above. You'll be able to watch it. So if y'all want to check that out, make sure you get your memberships in. So
that was so delicious. That was so delicious, Ken.
I appreciate it.
I enjoyed the smell, just watching you make it and eating it. I was going, but I think I went back for third and fourth, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. It far superseded the Chinese, for sure.
Appreciate it, yeah. I know I didn't make a lot of food. I only made about 4 pounds of ribeye, and there was a lot of people there, so it won't going to be enough to feed everybody. But, yeah, I'm definitely got a lot of people that got a chance to eat it. But, yeah, you'll see everything from the rice to the beans, how I do both those things, how I season the steak tacos, how I cook them, and all that stuff. It's going to be awesome, so...
I'm going to be making it. I'm going to be checking it out for sure. I'm going to be making it.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
I'm curious about that recipe, Ken.
Hell yeah.
I like it.
Hell yeah. Literally with the one gifted. Thank you so much. Natty Nat, you'll be able to watch members only content. Make sure you thank Lily for that one. So, wanted to ask you real quick, Buff Weeb, since you're on here, you're on Nerds now. How do you think your first show went? And what do you think about the future of Nerds with Zay?
Man, talking to a brick wall yesterday was very interesting. Like it was very entertaining talking directly to a wall. It was really fun. You know, I didn't know a wall could have so much personality and hair, but I discovered a lot of things about my co-host yesterday, and it was really fun. You know, oh yeah, Eric, I heard you're coming for me. When you're gonna come on our show, I'd really appreciate that. I'm gonna make sure I don't hold my kid gloves against you. We're both grown men, and if you have something to say about me, I definitely have a few things to say about you.
All I'm gonna say is, please don't kick him out. Let him cook. All right, let him cook.
You don't need to do that. You're welcome on our show. Remember that, Zay? That's how we do that. Our show, anytime you want, buddy.
There it is. So we get.
I love the hat one, Buff Weeb. Love it.
I do it because I'm balding, so my head gets really cold. Like it gets cold up here. I need that extra warmth. I'm not freaking Grim with the woolly mammoth fur all on top of his head. That man has hair.
That's true.
For days.
Yes, he does.
Fuck.
Hopefully this weekend he can get a haircut. Where I'm praying, I'm hoping, Allah, whatever God he believes in, please. Where's East?
I told him to get the trunk side taper. That's what I told Grim to get.
So, Miss Wonder Woman, first time talking to you since Fat Camp's over. How'd you like America? What'd you think about it? And, would you ever consider coming back?
Absolutely. Firstly, I just want to say I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning in New Zealand because it's been a while, guys, since I jumped into cafe.
Mm-hmm.
So I made a point of waking up early to come up and show my support. I love America. I loved Fat Camp. I loved meeting you both. You're awesome people. Ken, I wish I could have spent some more time with you because you weren't there that long, but my interaction with you was magic and epic. And same with you, Beans. It was wonderful working with you both.
You're just such
but I love America.
You're a very positive person, and you just bleed positivity. And we needed that. We really needed that at Fat Camp.
In saying that too, that's a good segue as well as to what I want to say, and I'm going to release it here on Cafe. Exclusive. I have had a lot of people, supporters, saying that they want to see more Wonder Woman, and I'm out here now. I'm making a point of coming out here. I have a king. I have a Amazon army, and we are here to protect the good of the LCU. And I'm coming up on panels and shows, and we're going to spread that and protect the good and have fun in this LCU. That's what Wonder Woman represents. So I'm here, and I'm going to fight to host a show for the supporters of Amazon army.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
We love to hear that. Holy moly, BBC Army for life. I think that's to you, sir. I just want to say
Yeah. That was my joke yesterday that she didn't like. But oh my God, I actually get a chance to talk to Wonder Woman. I have a question I've been dying to ask you. Are all women from New Zealand just a full ray of pure sunshine like you, or is this just you?
I wouldn't say all, but most.
I've never met somebody. This is just maybe my American ignorance, but you are so gentle and so kind and so warm. Like your smile seems so damn genuine. It makes me want, like, you have an infectious smile. Like you being around makes me want to smile. It's like you give a giddy energy, and I love it. And I don't care who's saying I'm glazing in the chat, because I am. I don't give a fuck. It's crazy.
Look, we need to smile more. We need to love each other more. There needs to be more of that in the world, and I'm all for that. And that's who we represent. And I just love that. There needs to be less hate, more fun, more laughter, more smiling. That's
Facts.
what I'm about.
100%.
We are about. So yeah.
I was gonna say, and in person, like I said, it's just anytime you're around, people are smiling, laughing, and joking. You're just such a sweet person. It's beautiful. And I know, your king had a great time. He definitely enjoyed you and all that. And I know, no one probably saw that coming at all. But I think it's awesome. I think it is awesome.
Look, he was a real gentleman, and that's what attracts me to is great men with really, really wonderful, special qualities who treat a woman right with respect.
Yep.
And he was a real gentleman, and I adore him for that.
100%. Glad to hear it. So, Ms. Beans, we've been talking too much as always. I know you and Wonder Woman had great interaction. Y'all got to hang out a little bit more than me because I was only there for a few days. But what you got? What's all going on in your mind? You're thinking, you're stewing, you're what's going on?
I'm stewing because, so like I said to Wonder Woman, her last day, I enjoyed her being there so much. I think that we truly needed Wonder Woman to be there because she was something to look forward to every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like just seeing her smile. She also had like a lot of good cooking abilities. She was kind of like, I called her mom a couple of times because she had like this just mom aura. She would cook for us. She would be so nice. She would be like, sweetie, and all this other stuff. Just that positivity was so needed during Fat Camp. I feel like we would have gone even crazier if she wasn't there. But something else is like the whole like Scott Wonder Woman thing that was going on was something else that was like making me giddy. I'm just like, ooh, what are they gonna do today? Like I was like being so it was kind of like my reality TV in the reality TV. Because we're already the LCU, but there was like an episode of like, I don't know, 90 Day Fiance or something going on in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So that was just so awesome. Something else that was stewing in my brain is Buff Weeb and Ken are both... Buff Weeb is officially a chef. Ken cooks for like hobby and because he enjoys it.
Yeah, I love cooking.
I think it would be awesome to have like a collaboration going on.
I'm down
with
for that.
Food.
I would love it.
Hell yeah, dude. You know what we could do, right? We could co-stream on Cafe and Nerds, a members-only live stream, and both cook together and just talk about food and how we love it and whatever. And then we can like do like, if you do the main, I could do the sides, kind of like combining the two dishes virtually. That'd be pretty badass, I think.
I think we could do that. I think
I'm so down for that.
Me too. Like,
yeah.
legit.
We have to make sure we ask Zay. We need Zay on board because it is y'all's channel. So we got to ask Zay.
Wait. You want me to ask Zay? Hey, Zay, how would you like to do this? Zay. She's not talking to me again. I'm sorry. I tried to get her permission. It just didn't work. But I think she was okay with it.
All right, that'll work. Thank you, Zay. I appreciate you for being okay with it.
Wow, she actually let you talk. That's crazy.
Really? I know. She's getting used to me. It's crazy.
She's getting used to you.
Hell yeah. So as far as the dynamic with y'all two go, I said that if y'all could actually do like a show together, but then still have like your tension between you two and kind of incorporate it in your topics, it'd be gold. It really would.
Same. I think she just needs to get comfortable not having control over everything and somebody poking fun at her. Zay knows that I have no problem with her. She's my co-host. She's an amazing artist. She can be a sweet person. I think she's built this very spiky, very hard persona to hide how, I'm not trying to be mean, but like the feminine heart needs to be like crusted around when you're online, because people are going to call you all types of names because they think you're hot and they mad that you don't give them attention. There's a lot of guys out there that don't know how to talk to women, and that online keyboard mentality gives them all types of anonymity. I can't fucking speak this morning, and they feel like they can say whatever online. You can call people all types of B's and H's and W's and big W's, and people are like, yeah, fuck that bitch. And then really, to be honest with you, if they actually got in a chat with her, they'd probably have no problem with her, but still Zay wants to act the way she does. So
100%. Did you what did you think of Zay and Twiggy on Aussie? Boring as fuck. Okay.
Yeah. They brought the thunder, but like Twiggy just kind of like sits there and be his Twiggy. He doesn't have Rastov to fuck with, and it's kind of funny. Like, don't get me wrong, Twiggy has his moments that definitely make me fucking laugh, but like, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Twiggy fan.
A lot of people aren't. And I said it before, right? Like, I'm not saying I'm not a Twiggy fan, but the thing is, he tries a little too hard. He needs to figure out how to separate himself from serious to like character for the show, if that makes sense, because no one takes him ever seriously.
Exactly.
So, real quick, Greek Girl said, Psycho Mom, Glammy, and Wonder Woman, Lolcow Blondies.
Hey, Greek Girl, maybe.
That'd actually be interesting. So, the direction of Nerds Buff, where do you want to take it? You've officially been on there. You've officially seen the audience. You've officially kind of understand how the interactions are going to go. Where do you think the best place to take Nerds forward will be?
My whole thing is with me and her dynamic that I feel like if we actually can get into this, take her nerdy personality and her nerdy traits that she's good at, her, because I can't really play video games that much because some of them give me motion sickness. So her game nerdiness and my anime and comic and just random like neurology and astroscience shit I like to talk about randomly. I feel like that can make an interesting nerd show. Like I could just bring up stuff like this and we could be talking about One Piece that's returning. We got a lot of things that we can actually get on. And when she starts crying, I can poke at and make fun of her and she can make fun of me and we can have fun. I feel like if we actually get together and do what we're supposed to do and actually have a good conversation, nerds are going to thrive. And I have some plans for nerds in the future.
Fuck yeah.
Love that.
So we like to hear, bro. So Miss Wonder Woman.
Yes.
If you could have your ideal show, what would you want to talk about? What do you think the audience would want from you? And if you can pick your co-host by hand, say, yes, you're my co-host, who would it be?
You put me on the spot.
Yes, ma'am. That's what we do on Cafe.
I know the LCU is all about drama and stuff, but like I said, I'm all about positivity and energy, and I would love to be able to inspire people to achieve their goals. I think we need that. There's a lot of people in the LCU who have goals, but they don't know how to get there. And I think sometimes some people just need that kind of support and uplifting. We are here as a universe. We should be here to support each other with the things that they're going through, or the things that, like weight loss. One Buff Weeb, you and me were former big people. We had goals. We had goals, we had challenges, and yeah, it's hard, but we had to push through those things, right? And you can succeed. And I think supporting people with their journeys in life is magic. It's golden.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I'd love to go around that way. Yeah. I love fashion. I love style. I love makeup. I love hair, all that stuff.
Yep.
I mean, I wouldn't want to close it off to that, but hey, look, I mean, you can throw that kind of stuff in. If somebody wants to feel good and they don't know how, you could mold that all into a show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lolcow sunshine.
Lolcow positivity.
Love it.
I'm telling you, it'd be beautiful. Cool.
Well, and then thinking about a host who would host it with me. I really like Batgirl. I really like her energy. She seems to have a really good head on her shoulders, but I'm not sure if that's kind of where she would want to go. I really love One Buff Weeb just because of, One Buff Weeb's, he's been on a journey and he knows what it's like. So it'd be awesome to bounce off One Buff Weeb as well. And those are kind of the two at the moment that I can think of.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I think
that was a bit long-winded.
You're okay. You're A-okay. I think it's awesome. I think you definitely need to jump on shows and talk to people and kind of get it out there, show what you got, because you are beloved in the LCU, right? Keem loves you, Boogie loves you, everyone loves you, and I definitely think there's a spot for you. Just like with Buff, he just hopped on shows, talked shit, got to know people, got the crowd behind him, and then now look at him, right? So, I think I definitely think there's a future somewhere for you. I think there can definitely be change, and whenever you're ready, you can go on Lolcow test and do your show, see what people think.
Yeah, for sure. That's
right.
Yeah. So anyway. Lolcow sunshine, maybe.
There it is. All right, we got 2 minutes left. We're going to close this thing out. We love y'all. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the conversation.
Anytime.
Thank you for having us on.
All right, y'all take care.
Out, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. So, yeah. We got the redirect in?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Whenever you were talking earlier, I put it in. I can't wait for Nerds. Like, just seeing Buff Weeb makes me want to tune into Nerds. Like I said, I will go out of my way to watch Nerds now instead of like, oh, is it on? Like, okay, I'll watch that. Like I said, hopefully they'll have like an actual show and not just bickering back and forth. Like have a little equalness, a little bickering, and a little bit of nerd talk. It's 11:58 right now. Do you have any idea what Jaffe is doing on Lolcow Madhouse?
A Madhouse topic. Nah,
hell yeah.
Jaffe's gonna be awesome. I'm so happy Bunny got her official host role and she's gonna be on there permanently. They always bring a different dynamic to their show, and they are a different type of show. So make sure you go out there and check them out. Make sure y'all watch Lolcow Nerds for Eric v. Buff Weeb. It's gonna be beautiful. And remember, 1 p.m. Eastern time, the Cooking with Ken video drops, members only. So make sure y'all go in there and check it out. Give me all the critiques, give me all everything you want, and I'm planning on doing this a lot more because I want our members to feel special. I want them to see the Cooking with Ken, see the other things, and we'll make it happen. So we're going to send you guys to Madhouse. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay humble, stay beautiful, and we'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you check out the members only video, 1 p.m. Leave comments. Make sure, tell me what you think, tell me what you love, tell me what you hate, and we'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Back in the stream.